Hey friends, let's do a math lesson. So we've been talking all about comparing numbers, and we've been comparing numbers with some symbols and some vocabulary. So we've been comparing numbers with greater than, less than, and equal to. And we know that when we're comparing numbers, and we look at the tens place first, that's that first digit in a two-digit number, and then we look at the ones place if we need to. So for example, if I'm comparing the numbers 45 and 78. I look at the tens first. So this number has 4 tens and this number has 7 tens. And 4 is less than 7, so 45 is less than 78. So we've been working on comparing numbers with greater than, less than, and equal to. What we're going to do today is we're going to order numbers. So we know how to compare and how to figure out numbers that are less and numbers that are greater, but we need to know how to put numbers in order from least to greatest and from greatest to least. So let's start with least to greatest. So I'll write that up here so we can remember what we're doing. Least to greatest. So we're working with numbers. We're going to put the lesser number, the number that's the least, first, and then we'll put the number that's the greatest number at the end. So we're going to work with 3 numbers. So let's see, let's do 21, 17, and 31. 21, 17, 31. I want to put them in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to put 3 blanks down here. The first thing I'm going to do is figure out which number is least, which number it has the lesser value. So I can still compare, I can still look at my tens place. So I have 2 tens, 1 10, and 3 tens. Which one of those has the least amount of tens? 17, right? 17 only has 1 10. So 17 is going to be my least number. Okay, if I'm starting at least and moving to greatest, what number is going to come next? Now that might be a little tricky. So what I can do is, if I'm only working with 3 numbers, I don't have to find this number necessarily. I can find the greatest number next. And then whatever number's left will be the one that goes in the middle. So out of these two, I have 2 tens and 3 tens. Which one has more? Which one has a greater amount of tens? 31, right? 3 tens is greater than 2 tens. So 31 is my greatest number, which puts 21 in the middle. So I just ordered my numbers from least to greatest: 17, 21, and 31. This is the lesser of those numbers. This is the greatest of the numbers, and then the 21 falls in the middle. Okay, let's do greatest to least. So kind of backwards order, kind of like we're counting backwards. Let's do greatest to least. Let's do numbers that all have the same amount of tens. So if I did 12, 18, and 15. 12, 18, and 15. And I want to put them in order from the greatest number, greatest over here, to the least. And remember, I look at the tens first. What do I notice? They all have the same amount of tens. So if they have the same amount of tens, now I have to look at the ones place. So I'm looking at the ones place. Now, I've switched my order now. I'm doing greatest to least this time. So now I need to start with my greatest number. So I have 12 has 2 ones, 18 has 8 ones, and 15 has 5 ones. Which one has the greatest amount of ones? Which one is greater? The greatest. That would be 18. 8 is greater than 2 and 5, so that makes 18 the greatest. Now let's think about what number would come next. So if I'm doing greatest to least, I can look at my last 2 numbers and I can still think about which one is greater, because that's the order that I'm going in this time. So which one is greater, 15 or 12. 15 is greater than 12 because 5 is greater than 2. So 15 would need to come next. And then that would leave 12 as the least number. So from greatest to least, I would have 18, 15, and 12. So you can order numbers from the least to the greatest and the greatest to the least. Remember, when we compare numbers, if it's a 2-digit number, look at the tens digit first, and then if they're the same, then you can move to the ones digit. So ordering numbers from least to greatest and greatest to least.